Alright guys, what are you guys doing? This is gonna be a match point in the fight between Best versus Soulkey. The score is now, ready for it? 3-2 in favor of Best. And he just needs one more game to seal the victory. The fourth set, this could be the, the 6 sets, right? It's gonna be played on Dominator. I'll just quickly show you the map stats for Protoss on Dominator. They enjoy a 45% win rate. The last map is gonna be Polestar. So both maps are quite good for Zerg to win in general. So that's the Deja Vu was a Protoss flavored map. So this is why Best was able to win there. 48% win rate for Protoss. That is Protoss flavored, man, in season 19 map pools. Yeah, so anyways, that's that. Anyways, Best is going to be located at the 7 o'clock position, coming out with a probe. He is going to put down a pylon, and we shall see if it's going to be gateway opening or something else. Best number 6, Bashford University. I thought he's YB. I guess we have to check that again. Sorry about that. But we do want another set, right? If it gets to the 7th set, everyone is going to be very happy, especially me, because it's going to intensify, just the feelings we have. But it's like one of those game theory thing, right? We don't want it to go to the final set if Protoss wins. So if Zerg is to win, I prefer just for the game to end right here. So that's that. Best is scouting in the wrong direction. He doesn't see anything. He's the overlord, very lucky for Best, is also scouting in the wrong direction. We're going to be having a pool first. So that is going to be an overpool, you can see there. So Best is going to have to put up a forge. He will put up a forge. At least Soulkey would not have any idea what Best is doing. And Soulkey, once again, is sticking to this kind of early Zerling aggression build. He loves it. Which, I don't know, it has worked against other Protoss players in the past, but I feel like Best has kind of learned the ropes slightly here. And can it snipe the drone from making the hatchery? Yes, it's gonna be able to stop the drone here. You can see that there's gonna be 6 Zerlings. Oh my god, what are you doing, Best? Don't expand! Don't expand. He sees it. Return. Make the cannon now. He will make the cannon. He will make the cannon. One cannon. He will need another one. Yes, he does have the cannon, and he's gonna try to block the expansion. Goes down, but it's gonna be very fast Zerglings. The Zerlings will arrive very quickly here. What can he do? Can he block it with his probe? He did not block it on the ramp, by the way. If you're wondering what the map looks like, here it is. The Zerglings have started to move across the map. The probe can slow them down on this ramp. Maybe he's trying very hard. He will slow down one Zerglings, but not able to get them all down. He need to go for the expansion at the same time. He need to block it with some probe. He need to come. I guess the cannons will come out on time. So I guess Best has planned out his move correctly here. The cannons will finish. The probe is still allowed to scout. He's gonna come in here to expand. He's gonna be very careful. The Zerlings can come in from many angles. One Zerling dead. Not so much casualty. Could have been a lot worse. The Zerlings could have died very quickly here. And once again, you can see the Soulkey's speed is not the best. You know, he is not very good with this kind of, jerking muscle reflexes like Mini. You know, Mini is one of those guys that would just completely jerk his fingers so badly that the Dragoons and Zelle start to melt into one big blob of Protoss glue. But Soulkey's not like that. He like to, he's very slow, I'd say. But anyways, if you look at the APM also, he's considerably slower. 320 APM, Best is 400. Of course, in the early game, there's nothing to do. So you want to save your energy for something else. Just like Messi, if you're thinking of another sport that's very similar, it's soccer, right? Where Messi is, criticized to be always kind of static on the field. He doesn't move much. But that is because he's conserving his energy for something else. So maybe Soulkey is like that. Anyways, layer first, very early layer. This probe is not able to say anything. Now, I like this map, spawning positions for Soulkey. If you look at the map, Soulkey has direct access into the Protoss main, right? And he can go for merciless harassment early on, and in the later game, he can go for drops. So I think already, intrinsically, and paradoxically, Protoss is going to get a disadvantage here. But anyways, we're going to be having the probe coming out to scout, checking what's inside in the main. There's 3 hatcheries, yes, which is great. He's going to send the first Zelle out. He's going to send the first Zelle out to force the Zerlings to start to make something else. And we shall go from here. At this forge, we will be protected slightly by the cannon in the event of a Hydra's attack. But there is going to be no Hydra's attack, and finally looks like he's going to attack here. He always does this move, and this time around, Soulkey is able to react accordingly. And that has given up the position of the Zelle, so he's going to have to back up with the probe who wants to try to get inside the main. This is Best's signature move. He goes for aggression with his Zelle, and then he tried to slip a probe in, but this time around he's not able to do so, and he's going to be caught on the low ground here, and Zelle's going to try to attack against the third base to drive the Zerglings back. Probe is waiting patiently. He wants to actually reveal his Zealot first before he gets inside the main. He will see the Zerglings. He's going to try to get in. He's going to try to turn around, and knowing this, the two Zealot need to start to attack against the third base to apply a bit of pressure. The Probe is going to try to return home here, and Best Zealot is actually not in the right position. He should have moved in right away. Anyways, the Spire is almost completed. Not almost, you see about 50% done. I think the Probe is still alive. There's some Zerglings getting morphed at the third base, and the lack of drones should signal to Best that some weird stuff is happening. Anyways, looks like this Cutscene's Probe is gone, but the Corsairs will be coming out fast. And Zealots will get surrounded. Zerglings are trying to look for those openings. They're not able to see anything, and they're just completely in the wrong locations. And Zealots gonna try to go and hide at the top base here. Yes, they can end up to hide here. There's no way they can actually survive. And the Corsairs should be coming out very soon here. Very, very good for Bast to keep those Zerglings pinned away from his base as much as possible. Zerglings have speed, and once again, Soulkey love the Zergling with speed build, but those Zealots will be buying so much time just hiding in the corner. The first Corsair is out. He will see that there is going to be Spire. Where are the Overlords? You can just take a look. There are one here, one there. 3 Overlords. Very, very hard to spot. He arrives. He will see that there's another hatchery comes up. He sees a Spire, and he knows that he doesn't have much time. He's going to try to go back, and these Zealots going to be completely destroyed. And why is Soulkey dedicating his Zerglings to destroying the Zealot? It feels rather strange. He should just dedicate his Mutualist to it, but I guess he doesn't want to review the Mutualist because we still, don't know if how many Mutualists will it make. Will it make some Scourges and just forget about that or what? But anyways, 52 supply for Best. Soulkey with 38. We will have a cannon in the main for now. The Corsair is going to be hiding at the expansion. 3 more Zealots moving across the map. They need to start attack now, and he doesn't get any Zerglings done, and now these Zerglings gonna try to retreat, and we shall see what's happening. Soulkey's got enough money for an expansion. Will he expand? 400 minerals. There's going to be a cannon in the main. Is that on the cannon? It's going to be 2 cannons. He's going to be building 2 cannons. This is kind of an overcommitment, but with these spawning positions, a cannon is maybe a wise choice here. Even in the late game against some kind of potential for drops. But of course, in the early game, you just need to worry about mutas. Zealots are trying to hide out in this area. He has got 3 Zealot. The Corsair is going to try to grow up. And looks like this game, Soulkey has not yet moved into Hydrodent. I don't see Hydrodent. Do you see Hydrodent? It's just gonna be some massive Sunkens and then massive Mutas. Okay, it's gonna be going massive Mutas. Zealot with speed arrive now. He's gonna just need to go for the drones. He's gonna try to go into the main. He completely spot the Mutalist morphing as well. He's gonna try to destroy the Sunken. I think the Sunken will fall. The Sunken's very close to falling. He's gonna attack against the drone. He does get some drone. No, he doesn't get any drones. Good pull. The Sunken's getting destroyed. Zealot buying some time and destroying some drones. I think he got 1 drone. Only 1 drone, but that has completely ticked off the build now. Now, Best knows that he just needs to defend against a massive Mutas. Where the Corsairs at? He's not making any more Corsairs. He's got 2 Corsairs. What did he use the rest of his forces for? I guess he used a lot of his money to go for this massive early Zealot aggression. He doesn't have anything else to make after this. But I guess it's the Corsair. The Corsair's not even spinning. What is he using his money for? Maybe Dark Templar? I don't know, because usually around this time I need to be mad pumping Corsairs or upgrading the core with something, or I have no idea. But anyways, maybe I just completely missed the builds. But now Soulkey is gonna build up a nice economy. He is building up a very nice supply, almost a supply lead. Okay, he's gonna be going for Maelstrom. Not a bad idea. 2 more Zealots move across the map. Only 2 cannons in the main. The Muse is gonna try to dive in here, and looks like there's no high templars here. Start to attack. The Scourges. He's gonna cast a storm. He's looking to cast a storm. He casts a nice storm that hits the end of those Mutas, but not fully destroy them. The Corsairs will arrive now. He will need to hide. Scourge is gonna try to attack, and looks like not enough time. The cannons are not made on time. The probes are running away. The Maelstrom will not be there on time. He's a bit late. He went for the Zerly. He just sent another high templar in to actually attack him, but not able to see it. And Soulkey is anticipating a counterattack, but there is no counterattack. He should have made more Corsairs. He didn't make any Corsairs at all. And he's going to be waiting. I think the Archon's going to be waiting as well, because he knows that this base is sacked. He cannot get anything. He's going to be going for Dragoon range upgrade here. There could be a counterattack, but it's not going to be useful at all. Mutas are waiting patiently at home. There are only 3 Mutas, and they're damaged. They're the damaged ones, and now the probes are going to try to return. He could use the Maelstrom on some of those forces. Where's the Dragoons? He's waiting for Dragoons to pop, possibly to attack. Zealots are not able to find any openings, and Dragoons are here. So very good for Best that he didn't use the Maelstrom. He could have used the Maelstrom on those 3 Mutas, but he didn't. and he's gonna be able to kill the last of the Scourges. So these Dragoons will be holding for a while now, and Best ground forces are still intact. His High Templars are intact. He didn't use any energy on those High Templars. A Zealot gonna try to move towards the top side. He's gonna get sniped. That's gonna be unfortunate. He cannot see the 4th base for Zerg. So Soulkey's got a nice lead, I think, in this game. The Archon could try to go in once again to find those mutas, but now they're going to be looking forward to attacking the expansion. There's some cannons and WF coming up, so I guess Soulkey is in a much better position compared to the previous game. The Archons are waiting back, and mutas might dive in a little bit here. A Zealot spot the position of the mutalist, and he's going to try to go towards the other locations, yeah, just to drive the mutas back and buy more time. But look at Soulkey's spread of overlords and Zergling. He's got coverage on every single base on this map. He knows exactly what's going on, and these spawning positions are very, very bad. And he's gonna try to look for those Archon. He's not able to see the Archon. He just see a bunch of cannons in the main, and that's slightly unfortunate. But maybe he can anticipate it, because at this high level, you should anticipate that Maelstrom might be the thing at some point. Anyways, 3 cannons is just enough to hold here, I believe. And Best once again is playing his usual macro strategy. Doesn't want to move out or do some crazy fancy maneuvers. He prefers to sit at home, build up his ground forces, do not waste his High Templars, and go out in a big bang. And that's something that we might see in the next part of the game. Anyways, Dragoon's going to try to come out here, and looks like he needs to pull back. He sees those mutants moving across the map. He will move the rest of the forces from the main here. He will destroy a cannon that was blocking his front door, and comes out. These mutants could still try to stage a harassment in the main, because like I mentioned to you, it's really easy for the forces to move in here. And what is happening? These Dragoons are all waiting in the main, and so a Zergling goes and doesn't see any forces. Do we have a switch into lurkers? At some point we want to have lurkers, but now 4 base Soulkey is looking very strong. What is Best doing? He finally is going to move out now with some of the forces. Keep in mind that this map, the 3rd base doesn't have gas. If you're going to take that 3rd base, it's going to suck badly. He's going to move the rest of the forces. I'm going to have some lurkers, and I think Soulkey also has kind of missed his chance for going for counter-attack. He has secured his 4 bases. He should just go out there and attack, but he's going to just try to play the long game here and maybe tech up to Defiler. As for Best, he's got 2 Maelstrom ready. He need to cast the first one as soon as possible so that he doesn't lose the, I mean, it's wasted energy, right, basically. Anyways, the Corsair comes out. What are these blue blurb in the middle area? I think they are mutas. They may be mutas. No, they're Zerglings. And Best is going to back up the rest of his Corsairs. And now the Zealot's going to try to check. He will see that massive mutas around, but he's hesitating to attack. He knows that nothing is at the top left for the moment. Dragoon's going to try to attack, and these Zerglings going to get pushed back. That is fine. And Best is going to try to do a push against the right side, and that's going to leave the left side naked for mutas harassment. Where the mutas, I guess they are here. Zealot pulls back at just the right moment. Perfect control. The Corsair checks, and Best is not wasting. He sees the mutas. I want to check the main to see if there's any kind of tech situation. What is that? Is a Queen's Nest? It's a Defiler mount. He sees that it's the Defilers are getting ready, and he's going to move across the map. A single Overlord is going to get sniped, and the Archon has been spotted. At this stage of the game, you want to spot the Archon. Dark Templar would be a nice move because Overlords don't have speed right now. Best once again is trying to hold the map together. It's so hard when Zerg has so many chances to go for maneuvers around the various locations. He's waiting to cast a storm. This is gonna be hard. Where the observers there? Observer lurkers are pulling back. Great. Do we have a threat of counterattack? Some Zerg is going against the 3rd base. He's gonna try to attack. He needs to kind of cast a Maelstrom on something because he's got full energy. Use it on something first, and then you can use the second one later. But seeing the massive amount of sunkens, you can back up here. It's a single Corsair is wasting its lives. That's not very good, and I guess Best gonna reposition the rest of the forces on this left side, but Soulkey is in a much better position. He's got 4 bases, he's got Defiler attack, and Protoss doesn't have a 3rd base. We're gonna be having forces coming into this base here, but they're gonna get completely shut down. But can they force a cancellation on the 4th base? That would be a nice idea. They're gonna come through. Dragoons need to attack right now and save that base. That base is gonna get targeted upon. Yes, Crackling's very strong, and indeed that base will fall. He's gonna try to attack against the cannons. You need to remake the Nexus. Very lucky for Best that base is not yet alive for a while. He is gonna try to snipe an observer. He's gonna try to go in for drop. Not a bad idea. You see how hard it is for Best to drop. It's so hard. He needs to go all the way around and leaves his front door completely naked for counterattack. Anyways, looks like Soulkey decided he would not counterattack. He would just wait here and that's gonna give Best some chances to rebuild his 4th base. Some small attack here, driving the Hydranus back, and this Protoss wedge is not the right idea, man. But anyways, the drop comes through. He does some great storm Zelle to pull back. The Darter is gonna go inside the main. He's gonna try to attack against the drone line. Very good attack. He need to worry about the counter attack. Looks like Soulkey's not reacting. He's gonna be losing a lot of drones. He's just busy microing his army. The Overlord doesn't even see. There's an Overlord right there, but he's not paying attention. And finally, he pays attention. Go for the Spire or something else. Finally, Overlord speed is gonna complete. He's gonna go for the Spire. What is he doing? He will finally go for the Spire, but cracklings are here, and yeah, he's gonna try to get as many Zerglings as possible. That was a nice move to get it slightly back. The Shadow is still alive. More forces moving across the map, and Best need to send probes towards the 4th base. He's got it completely open for now, but not using it. We're gonna be having the Shadow getting sniped here. Best is not paying attention. He's gonna move the Shadow back. The Mutians are gonna get destroyed as well. He's gonna pick up, what is it, some Zealot and some yeah, he's gonna pick up 3 Zealot. He's gonna decide to go for some openings, but there are Mutants waiting there already. Best gonna be losing his Shadow very quickly. Some nice attack here, and he needs to cast a Storm. He's casting a Storm. He's not able to finish up the battles. He does go for a nice Maelstrom. He gets how many Lurkers? He's gonna have to get pushed back. He does 1 Storm, but not able to kill those Lurkers, and he goes through with the rest of his Zealot to try to snipe some drones and buy some time. This was a nice move, but it's not successful. He does get only one drones, and that's going to be the end of this. And like I said to you, this map is so hard to play as Protoss, especially in these spawning positions. Soulkey's got a nice advantage. He's even leading in supply. And Best is still alive. I don't know how, but these cracklings might be looking forward for a nice way to attack against the 3rd base sometimes in the future. Okay, we're gonna be having a drone coming out. It gets sniped, not bad. Best is still got a decision under control. He's gonna attack right now. Observers will destroy the last little looker, and Best is on the high ground. Keep that in mind. This hatchery will fall very, very quickly. There might be a plague. He will lose his hatchery for sure, but can he do something else instead? Need to go for Maelstrom. He does a great Maelstrom to destroy those forces, and this hatchery will fall. Good storm to destroy the last lurker. Is gonna fall back. Sniping the hatchery is great. The Shadow is being a nice decoy that makes the army very, very hard to attack. Anyways, he's gonna pull back here. Dark Archon has got no energy. You need to cast a Storm on the cracklings, man, before they actually destroy all of your High Templars. He's not casting a Storm. He needs to cast a Storm right now. Cast a Storm because you have so much energy. Cast a Storm. Anyways, this base will fall very, very quickly, and it looks like he was not paying attention to it. He had some Zealot there, but he's gonna have to cancel his Nexus and go somewhere else. But he's gonna try to corner in from all sides to destroy the cracklings. He's got a Shadow. The Shadow being alive is his lifeline here, Best. He comes to need to pull the forces and use your Storm. You have so much additional Storm. He's not paying attention. He loses. He morph into an Archon. We will buy him some time here, but destroying those cracklings was a great idea. Zealots again, cracklings, amazing battle. +2 weapon, +1 armor, +2 shield on the Zealot. He clears the last of the crackling, but Soulkey again is ahead by about 1 supply now. He's gonna try to attack against his base now. Best, there's gonna be some Zerglings. Archons buying so much power, and Lurkers have arrived, so this base will get saved for Soulkey. This base is on the high ground. Keep that in mind. So it's gonna be impossible for Best to win it back. He's gonna have to do something else, and once again, this map proves too difficult for Protoss to play. That Archon could cast another Maelstrom at some point in the future. Alright, looks like only 1 drone is missing from the gas there. There could be a Storm. He's gonna cast a great Storm. He need to cast another one. The Lurker's not unburring himself. Go for it! And this is battle happening everywhere. There's gonna be a Storm drop. There's gonna be a Storm drop. Best is playing against all odds, man. He's playing against all odds. Mutu's gonna try to go towards the other side of the map, but the Shadow is hiding patiently here, waiting for the right moment to come in. He goes in right now. Just as what is the Shadow doing? What are you doing? What? What are you doing? There's gonna be an attack on this side, and Best is fighting against a wall. It's not gonna be successful. He goes to this base might fall. Looks like the Shadow bought him some time. The Shadow drive the forces back. Great Storm to eat up all of the crackling, but this base, there's gonna be a base raid. There's gonna be some Storm here. He will cast his Great Storm. The Lurkers need to run away. He casts one more time just to buy some time. It will morph into an Archon, and the rest of the cracklings go to this base. Will fall very quickly. Protoss trade a base for a base. But the base he wanted to destroy was worth more than the base he will lose here. He will cancel the Nexus, and that's going to be the end of this. And Best is still on 4 bases. Zerg, what happened there? Did the drone all run away? Like, he doesn't have any drone in the 4th base. I don't know what happened, but he needs to resend his drones back. I guess he was fearing a drop. So that's that. Anyways, the game is still going on, and Dark Templar moving across the map. But there's spores, there's lurkers, there are like overlords everywhere. He's gonna come through. He's gonna try to get this base set up once again. He needs to set up this base, and massive cracklings. And this is why Reavers could be a thing here. Great Storm to buy time here. And the Archon is going to get destroyed. Good storm on the Mutus. He might storm one more. He stormed something. Dragoon is not able to finish up the job here. And that Archon could actually arrive to finish up the job. So finally, Best might be taking on the base. But Soulkey is taking on the base. He's got +3 weapons, +2 shield, +1 armor for Protoss. But Zerg is just so strong. We might have a Maelstrom. He's not going for the Maelstrom. What is he doing? Go for the Maelstrom, man. Go for the great Maelstrom. Amazing play. And the rest of the Mutus will fall. And looks like Soulkey's micro is failing hard. Best is reaching maxed out. Supply Observer has got speed. He's playing amazing Starcraft, but Soulkey is also just completely advantaged by his early, his early positions and the way that the maps are spawning. Anyways, more attacks happening in the middle. Soulkey is finally going to have this base. There's going to be no way that this base is going to go to Protoss once again. And Zerg could actually come out for more attack, and he could actually cast one more Maelstrom. He's waiting to cast a Maelstrom. He's going to cast a nice storm on that lurker. The forces. Oh, nice plague. Nice plague. All of us 5 or 6 Dragoons. A single Dark Templar is going to be buying some time here, pushing these forces back. And it looks like Soulkey's got surplus money, surplus minerals. Need to use. Dragoons are trading what here? Not so sure exactly, but Protoss is going to try to hold this area to stop Zerg from getting it, which is not a bad idea. But it's going to be an attack against his base. He's got an Observer to spot, but without real fire, but cannot take it. It could be another nice Maelstrom against those forces, and there's going to be some 3 battles happening at once. I think looks like Soulkey's going to have to wage defense here. Zelle's going to check. He's got a storm on the low ground. He could cast one storm. The lurkers are pulling back. Amazing pullback by the lurker. He's going to cast one more storm on that lurker. He's not casting a storm. He's going to try to snipe, and he gets that last lurker, which is great. He needs to retreat now. This base will go to Zerg for sure. Finally, Reaver. After, 5 games of Protoss and Zerg, we see the first Reaver of the game. I love Reavers. I eat them for breakfast. Anyways, back to this game. What's happening here is Archon could cast one more Maelstrom. He's waiting to cast patiently. Good attack. And nice attack in the middle of the map as well. Zerg is slowly coming in from all sides. Protoss is still holding these high grounds and buy some time, but I think overall, like, Soulkey's got 2,500 minerals. And he's got 1,400 gas, but he's not able to take away his great storm on the Hydras to actually destroy the map. As they retreat, excuse me. Anyways, more forces gonna try to come through here, and Soulkey is not able to take another base. He's got, 6 bases, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bases. Protoss is on 5. Protoss on 5. Finally, this attack against this base is gonna be incoming here. This base is on the low ground. Keep that in mind. Zealot need to pull back. And coming from all sides, Defiler casts a great Dark Swarm, but we have some Zealot accusing the frontal lurker is going to get destroyed. One more lurker on the southern side needs to get wiped out. That lurker is attacking the drone line. Get this lurker right here. He's going to get destroyed. More storming coming through. Looks like Zerg is not able to reinforce fast enough, and Soulkey is getting pushed back. This battle was so easy to win by Soulkey, but now he's late to send the rest of his squad. Defiler is going to get sniped. Crackly is trying to get in the right position, which is not bad. Where are the Reavers? The Archon's going to try to buy sometime. He's storming 0. He's storming nothingness there. He's going to retreat the rest of his forces back, and he's losing all of his title. This place will fall very quickly. That's going to be slightly unfortunate here. He's going to come up with a Maelstrom. He could cast a Maelstrom. Great Maelstrom to slow down the Zerg advancement. He comes through, and looks like the first Defiler spell was getting destroyed. Dragoons coming from all sides need to attack and clear out the lurkers before the next Defiler could arrive. Zealot coming through. He casts a storm and gets the last of the forces. Great trade. This base still lives. This is gonna be the hamburger hill of the Vietnam War, man. Both of the forces channeling things in, and who's gonna triumph? And there's gonna be some storm against those 3 lurkers. Storm it. Nice feedback. What happened? He got feedback, but it's still alive. I don't know how that happened. That was the lamest feedback ever. These forces on this other side, and finally Soulkey says, I'm gonna take on the base. He's gonna take on the base, and Protoss is very slow to arrive at the scene here. He needs to cast a storm on those Defiler and the Dark Storm, which is just being very annoying in the corner. Like I told you, these maps are so good for Zerg, but finally we're gonna be having a Shuttle with speed. He finally invested in Shuttle with speed. Interesting. And looks like finally this Dark Templar would fall here. He's gonna come through and get the last of the lurkers, and that lurker has fallen. He needs to cast a storm, and he does cast a storm to get the last of the lurkers, and it looks like Soulkey is just coming all over the map. Where are these shuttles flying? Where do you think they're going, man? It's gonna try to go inside the main possibly, but there's gotta be some Scourges possibly, and they get sniped. No, he's decided to go where he's waiting for the right idea. He goes inside the main. What is this, Reavers or Zealot? If he can get, okay, it's gonna be some Zelle attack. Go for the spawning pool, great. And he gets the entire drop completed. Spawning pool is gonna get destroyed. Go for the evolution charm. I guess there's no more upgrades you need to do here. All of the upgrades are gone. And that's that. But cracklings are so strong. But these Doctor is still doing a lot of damages here. Buying some time. And I guess that was a bad trade. Anyways, it's gonna be a great Dark Storm. He cuts the Storm. Zealot to head on. Go head on with a lurker. He gets all of the lurkers destroyed. The next wave of lurkers is not able to arrive on time here. They try to get within the Dark Storm, but not able to go through successfully. They're gonna go in the back here. There's gonna be some cannons getting destroyed. Great Storm. There's still two more lurkers. There's still one more lurker. He gets one of the last lurker. Every single lurker is gonna get destroyed, and Soulkey's behind the supply. The shuttle is still alive. I don't know how. I don't know how even spot a hatchery in the process. This the force in the main is still doing some nice attacks here, and finally this base will fall. This base will fall. The Scourges are not paying attention. The Scourges are gonna try to return here, but Soulkey has got new bases, and Protoss is running out of ideas. But he's gonna have Reavers, and Reavers will change the fate of the battles, I believe, at some point in the future. But I think this game is still gonna go to Soulkey. It's impossible to lose now. He's got 2/3 of the map. The good thing for Protoss is that they traded well. They traded really nicely throughout the entire game. We might have one more drops inside the main here. One Defiler is going to get sniped out. There is going to be a lot of Scourges. He comes through, he does a Storm. He does a Storm nice on the drone to get some drones, but he's going to run away. Shuttle with speed will stay with him for life. One good thing about these upgrades is that once they're upgraded, they will stay with you for life. You can actually drop against the 11 o'clock position at some point in the future. If you actually pay attention, I'm not so sure. Anyway, Scourges are trying to wait. It looks like Best is going to be able to see that there are some openings. He would drop a Storm, and the height of it great. He casts one Storm, he casts two Storm, he casts another one. He gets almost all of the drone as well as some Hydras as well. Not a bad trade, but there's so many lurkers, and you need to make more shuttle to get across this map, and it's going to be impossible to just go back. Forget about it. Forget about it. You cannot. There's going to be a plague incoming. Oh my god, a plague is here. Retreat from the enemy line. He's gonna eat a huge plague. No, it's gonna be a small plague. Only a couple of dragoons. Not bad. There's gonna be some Storm here, but need to make more shuttle. And Nidus Canal is gonna be a thing here. Great Storm to eat up some of the cracklings. Need to cast a Storm against a lurker. He casts a Storm, but why are you casting this random Storm? You need to cast and finish up one unit at a time. Not like. Anyways, most players are maxed out. He's sending the Zealot through the good luck here. Not very good idea. There's gonna be some cannons getting created. Of course, you need to make some massive Reavers. Overall, it's able to see that a next wall of cannon is going to get recreated, but it's going to be a battle in the middle of the map here. I think those cannons will get cancelled right away. Very unfortunate for Best. If he actually got those, those cannons up, it's going to be a different kind of game. But no, he's going to force to fight right here. He doesn't have enough Storm. He's got some Zealot. They are on the high ground. Great, yes, but no, not enough Storm here. Archons are falling. The rest of the Protoss forces are completely racked out. He's forced to retreat. And he's forced to fight a losing game. He gets one lurker. He maybe get one lurker. Yeah, he does get a lurker. That's going to be the end of this attack here. And Protoss is down to just one base with double shuttle flying through. What is going to try to drop? Archon and Zealot into attack right now. And get the Nidus Canal. There's no Nidus Canal. There's just a couple of Sunkens. He goes for the Sunken. He gets one Sunken. He looks like the Sunken's gonna try to target fire on the Archon. The Archon's gonna get destroyed. Yeah, this was gonna be able to buy some time, but not enough. Not enough here. And Bass is slowly losing a protracted war. He doesn't have a 5th base. I guess he's got 1, 2, 3, 4. He doesn't have a 6th base. He's got a lot of bases, but not the 6th base. And where are the Reavers? You go for shuttle with speed, but I guess you don't go for Reavers. Interesting. Because you know what? In late game, Reavers is not so good. Why? Because they cost money. So building the robotics, but not going for Reavers might be a good idea. I'm not so sure. But anyways, for Soulkey, one thing they can try now is drops, because Protoss is so stretched out. You can drop this base, you can drop this base, and then leave some of your armies in the center, something like that. Anyways, more shuttle coming through, and Bass is using his signature move, going for high temperature storm drops to get some drones destroyed in the process. This base is very close to getting destroyed. Bass is not going to try to save it. He will lose yet another Nexus. His Zealot had been plagued, so they would just die very quickly. Great Storm, and Best is just buying some time. The shuttle comes, so there's no drone here. There are no drone, and there are some drones here. He's gonna send them down. So the Best not seeing attention. He's gonna send somebody to cast a Storm. He casts one Storm. He casts another one. The shuttle will get destroyed. He might cast one more. He's gonna morph them into Archon, and very good for him to only invest into 2 high timbers in the shuttle. Not much, but I think he didn't really pay the dividends. And Soulkey's got 3,000 minerals. This is like one of my games, man. When I play against another player and I don't want to finish up the game, I just go for massive bases and defense and try to starve out the enemy. I usually end up with like 5,000 minerals, 6,000 minerals, something like that. So it's like something that we're seeing right here. Another major battle happening in the map. This is gonna be impossible. Why are you even attacking here? You cannot get anything done. He's gonna try to land on the high ground with a shuttle and a Reaver. Not a bad idea. There's gonna be a lot of scourges in the area, but it looks like the Reavers gets there first. They will start to eat away at the lurker. One shot. He's not attacking the lurker. Need to go for the lurker. Forget about the Zerglings on the high ground. Great storm to eat up all of those cracklings that are moving toward, and it's gonna be a nice trade. It's a nice trade, but looks like Soulkey is sending the rest of his forces back, and the last of the lurkers will fall, which is great here. But looks like Protoss can get surrounded from all sides. Great storm. The shuttle can go home now. Where's the Observer? There's the Observer, and GG from Best. We go to the final set. Everybody, climax will be nice right now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the final set. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.